Good afternoon and happy Valentine's Day. If you have forgotten, there is still time. I want to provide you with a shorter update on the ongoing possibility of blackouts in Summerside caused by the failure of the Maritime Electric transformer. For future updates, you'll hear from me if things change significantly, but otherwise keep following our daily social media posts. I have some good news and a little bit of not so good news. I'll start with the not so good news first. The not so good news is that Maritime Electric is still unable to tell us how long it's going to be for them to fix the problem. This remains a big issue from Summerside, both from the electrical side, but also from the cost that it is accruing our customers to replace the electricity normally transmitted from New Brunswick. This is getting very expensive. We're spending approximately the equivalent of our total year's budget for parks every single day. The other not so good news is the reality for all of us is that we are still vulnerable if something else, theirs or ours, were to fail. We build our local electricity system here in Summerside as robust as possible, but we also are not immune from that possibility. We'll remain on high alert and continue to plan, prepare for all contingencies. As I said before, we always hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Now for the good news. The good news is that Summerside has been able to increase our own generation with our windmills, combined with our solar farm, battery, and diesel generators. Now we can produce enough electricity to make up for the electricity we can't get anymore from Maritime Electric's transmission lines. The other good news is that Maritime Electric has reconfigured the transmission lines across PEI in a way that has improved stability and increased the amount of transmission and power available. That's important for Summerside and all of PEI. Well, I think it was necessary for them to do that. It is still very much appreciated. The other good news is that you are having an impact by conserving energy use, especially during those peak times this week. And that's a message not just for the residents of Summerside, but those across our province. That is what neighbors do. So thank you. We will not forget that. Together, this means that the likelihood of potential power outages has gone down. We have been able to reopen municipal facilities and stop running the small facility generators that we have at places like City Hall, our Fire Hall, or our Dome. Businesses and partners who have also been running on generators, businesses like ADL and the Tax Center, are now able to turn those off as well. Most importantly, we have returned to a more stable place. Before I sign off, I also want to give a shout out to the guys and the girls working at our power line. I was down there yesterday saying thanks and checking in on them. They are working non-stop, just like our engines. So to Greg, Randy, James, Rob, Angela, Dave, Aaron, and the whole crew, thank you. It's hard to push an engine to its limits, but harder still to push people to theirs. But we have the best in the business here in Summerside, so thank you to them, and especially to their families who haven't seen much of them this week. I know what it's like to carry that stress home, leave before the kids are awake in the morning, and get back when they're already in bed. And without the support of their families, we couldn't be doing what we are doing here in Summerside. Well, we're a long way from being out of the woods, dealing with the larger issues and fundamental problems. I'd like to think that right now we are in a safe clearing. That's a much better place than we've been all week. We will continue to work with the province, who have been excellent through all of this, to find a better way, ultimately for direct access to the undersea cables that bring electricity to our island. As a final thought, if you want to have a candlelight dinner tonight on Valentine's Day, this would be the year. Thank you and take care.